Hello, my dear friend. Steve Rogers here. How are you doing? I hope everything is going fine. I'm glad to have the opportunity to share some thoughts with you on a topic that's near and dear to my heart, the importance of letting go. Now, I know what you might be thinking. What could a 70-year-old folk who still wears the stars and stripes know about letting go? Well, let me tell you, I've been around the block a few times, and I've learned that sometimes the hardest thing we can do is also the most necessary. And that's especially true when it comes to holding on to things that are no longer serving us. Think about it like this. When we hold on to something too tightly, whether it's a grudge, a memory, or even a belief, we're essentially saying that we value that thing more than our own well-being. We're giving it power over us, allowing it to dictate our emotions and actions. But by letting go, we're taking back control. We're freeing ourselves from its grip and opening up space for new experiences, new perspectives, and new opportunities. Of course, that's easier said than done. Believe me, I know. I've had my fair share of struggles with letting go myself. There have been times when I've held on to anger, resentment, and even regret for far too long. But through those experiences, I've come to realize that the only way to truly move forward is to release those burdens and embrace the present moment. One of the most significant examples of this in my life was during World War II. I remember feeling an intense sense of responsibility, not just to my fellow soldiers, but to the entire world. I felt like I had to single-handedly defeat the Nazis and bring peace to Europe. It was a heavy weight to carry, and it took a toll on me, both physically and mentally. Dr. Erskine chose me for the super soldier serum, and even though I became the strongest in the room, I wasn't strong enough to prevent his murder. Bucky, another friend of mine who was with me until the end of the line, also died because of my fault. The amount of loss and pressure led me to even lose myself in the ice, and when I woke up, nothing was ever the same. I had lost Dr. Erskine, Bucky, and even Peggy. I found myself in a time I didn't belong to, and I really felt I couldn't go any longer. But one day, I realized that I couldn't keep going on like that. I needed to let go of my need to control everything and trust that others could handle their part. I needed to focus on doing my job to the best of my ability and leave the rest to fate. It wasn't easy, but once I did, I felt a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. Suddenly, I could think more clearly, react quicker, and fight smarter. The same principle applies to all aspects of life. Think about a relationship that's no longer serving you. Maybe it's toxic, maybe it's stagnant, or maybe it's just not fulfilling anymore. By holding on to it, you're preventing yourself from meeting new people, experiencing new love, and growing as a person. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care. It means you care enough about yourself to prioritize your own happiness. Or perhaps you're clinging to a belief that's outdated or harmful. Maybe it's prejudice, a stereotype, or a limiting mindset. Holding on to these things only keeps you stuck in the past and prevents you from embracing change and growth. By letting go, you open yourself up to new ideas, new perspectives, and a broader understanding of the world. Now, I know it's not always easy to let go. Sometimes it feels like we're losing a part of ourselves, like we're abandoning who we used to be. But the truth is, we're not losing anything. We're simply shedding skin that no longer fits us, making room for new growth and evolution. It's a natural process, and it's essential for personal development. So how do we do it? How do we let go of the things that are holding us back? First, we acknowledge that they're there. We recognize the patterns, the habits, the beliefs that are no longer serving us. Then, we face them head on. We confront them with courage and honesty, and we ask ourselves if they're really worth holding on to. Are they truly adding value to our lives, or are they merely weighing us down? Once we've identified what needs to go, we take action. We set boundaries. We distance ourselves, or we release our attachment to whatever it is that's holding us back. And then, we breathe. We give ourselves permission to feel the discomfort of change, knowing that it's temporary and necessary for growth. Finally, we practice self-compassion. We remind ourselves that it's okay to make mistakes, that it's normal to struggle, and that we're doing the best we can. We treat ourselves with kindness and patience, just as we would a close friend. Because, at the end of the day, that's exactly what we are. Friends to ourselves, journeying through life together. In conclusion, my young friend, the ability to let go is one of the greatest superpowers we possess. It allows us to break free from limitations, pursue new possibilities, and become the best versions of ourselves. So, take a deep breath, Gather your strength and let go of whatever's holding you back. Trust me, you won't regret it.